Hello, this is Steve Thoele, Principal Broker with Premier Property Group, and bringing you another weekly update on the McMinnville, Oregon real estate market. This update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity, ending this past Sunday, October 2nd. So I'm going to share my screen with you now and go through the info with you. Last week in McMinnville, I showed we had 13 new properties come on the market, and you can kind of see that that was the same as the prior month. Kind of towards the upper end of kind of what it's been doing on a weekly basis, as you can kind of see. We ended the week with 69 homes in total on the market, which you can kind of see is a high for the last 8 weeks, up from 61 the week prior. Median price and the days on market for those active listings, you can kind of see we started off right around 620. That held for about a month, and then this last month it's been below 600. This last week came in at 575, down 10,000 from the prior week. And then the days on market, you can kind of see it's been a little bit of a roller coaster. Had a high of 37 about 7 weeks back, a low of 23. And this last week popped up a couple days to 28 days of average market time. Moving along to pending sales. A little too far there. I show in McMinnville last week, we had 8 new properties go pending. And that's kind of in the middle of kind of where it's been over this past week, as you can kind of see on a weekly basis. And then ended the week with 72 homes in total in pending status, just down 1 from the prior week. So you can kind of see we started at 72, dipped down to 61, and it's kind of climbed back up into the 70s the past 3 weeks. Median price and days on market for those pendings, you can kind of see what's happening there. We were at 500, right at 500,000 for about 5 weeks, and then last week it popped up to 521, up from 508,000 the week prior. And then days on market has certainly kind of risen from where it began at 5 days, and then the last 6 weeks or so now, it's been pretty steady, right around 10 to 11 days. So not a lot of movement there over the past 6 weeks or so. And then lastly, we'll look at the sold listing activity. So as of the time I put this info together, I showed last week in McMinnville, we only had 3 properties go from pending to sold, down quite a bit from the prior week where we had 11, but about the same as what we had the couple weeks prior to that. And you can kind of see the total solds has really declined here over the past, 6 weeks or so now. We had a high of 42 6 weeks back, and you kind of see it's just kind of been declining from there. I would expect that this is probably going to start to move the other way up a little bit based on the pendings starting to pop back over the last 2 or 3 weeks now, but we will see on that. Median sold price and days on market for the solds, we were at 450,000 for the first month of this period, and then the last 4 weeks now we've been closer to around the 490 range. You can kind of see here. So this last week kind of came in at 490, and then days on market had a low of 4, high of 12. This last week kind of came in the middle of that at 8. And then finally here, we'll look at the weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. So red bars, weeks of inventory, you can kind of see that has been on the rise. Started off here around, 6 to 7 weeks of inventory. And it's been climbing a bit from there. This last week, popped up to 13 weeks of inventory, primarily due to the just low number of closings here, over the past 4 weeks. And so, again, we'll see what happens. I wouldn't surprise if this maybe comes down a little bit here in the next few weeks when we start seeing more closings come through, assuming the active listings kind of stay steady. And then lastly, we'll just look at the sale price as a percent of the list price. So you can kind of see we were at 98%, got up to about 100%. And then it's kind of fallen back from there. This last week kind of came in at 97, 98% of the asking price. So, prices are definitely under pressure, starting to see the effects of, price reductions in the market, and, buyers being able to negotiate a little bit more as the market has, continued to kind of slow down here over the past few months. So So hope that weekly update has been helpful for you. As always, if I can answer any questions or give any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. My number is 503-680-2065. Always appreciating likes, comments, and shares that you have for me. So please do that. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube. It'd be a great way for you to follow along if you already haven't. And hope you have a great day and week ahead. And see you on the next video.